Alright, so, when we last had Rory, you were all still in the city of Wold. I believe last time Rory was here, you had just met, I
The
have,
old guy?
yes, Arik. He dropped a bunch of lore on you guys, uh, about Sylph, Vindane, Gnome, the Galdlings in general. Uh, and he was able to remove Graveheart's cursed weapon from Graveheart's hand using some alchemy and magic combined together. Um, and he said he would work on helping you rid the world of the weapon and that there was a creature living inside of it.
To which
This
I would respond, that explains a lot.
Yes, this was what was trying to feed on souls and was talking to Graveheart the entire time he was carrying it around. Um, at some point during its creation, a soul was trapped inside and trying to claw its way back to the living world. However, uh, twisted and changed by the curse of the weapon. Um, After that, he said that he understood the enticement of the strength of such a weapon, but that feeding it would only bring the creature back into the world. Uh, so he offered up a weapon from a collection of weapons that the standing army of the city of Wold used to use. Uh, they were like a series of paladins that each had weapons granted to them by powerful celestial beings um, ages ago. Uh, One of the weapons was originally the axe. Oh my god, I'm stumbling over my words now. One of that series of weapons was also Heartstar. So the new weapon gifted to Graveheart uh, is of the same series of weapons as Heartstar. Um, he said that this weapon had a partner shield uh, named Stardust, and the flail itself was named Starchild. They were originally wielded by a paladin named Ziggy. Um, yes, you're welcome. Uh, anyway, so upon gifting these weapons to you and trading information, he asked you for the favor to check up on the anchor of the world. He worried that your mutual enemy, the Order of the Eyes, might be doing something to tamper with it. Um, and with that, he talked to Seath through a device, uh, al- allowing him to ask Seath to aid in moving you along to the southwest, where this anchor lies. Uh, he was only able to bring you as far as the tundra to the southeast of the city or town of Neverreach. As you all struggled your way through the icy climbs of the tundra, the wind whipping off of the frozen ocean, uh, giving you all a level of exhaustion. Um, you finally arrived at Neverreach and found that there was a fire going in the inn. And as you all rushed to warm yourselves by the fire, two rabbit folk came out of nowhere and with improvised weapons sort of held you up and asked you where you came from, confused because they hadn't seen anyone else in ages. They were children since anyone had come or gone from their village. They told you of a person who gained sudden power to the southwest, where there used to be a sort of city that did trade with their town. Um, this person gained a sudden rush of power and took the city, claiming it as her palace. She referred to herself as Galesprit and a Galdling. Although, as these people were communicating this to you, they themselves had no idea what a Galdling was. Only the party knowing that that was what the gods of this world call themselves. So, whoever this person is, they think they're a god. You questioned these rabbit folk, learned their names. They were Navel and Uldat, a white female paladin rabbit folk and a black-haired, roguish rabbit folk. Neither of them particularly skilled, but both fairly hardy, having survived off of mushrooms that grew in the basements of these houses. They told you that they'd been trapped here since they were children, and that before that happened, people were able to travel freely. This place used to be cold, but since this Galesprit person took over, it's straight up frozen over. Icy winds whip around, and it is impossible to leave. They said they've headed to the southwest, but bumped into a desert, which they had no idea how to deal with. And heading to the southeast, they bump into the desert. But heading to the southwest, they always ran into creatures called remoras. The party started asking about these creatures and learned sort of what they are to some degree, and that they have the ability to tunnel through the ice and snow, have heated bodies, that sort of thing. But the people of Neverreach asked the party to help them with Galesprit, and as we left off last time, the party had just trudged their way to Galesprit's palace, up this hatchbacked trail that winded through cliffs that headed to the southwest of Neverreach. And with that, we will pick up as you are all right at the door of Galesprit's palace. The door open after Valin, I believe it was, solved the puzzle.
Oh yeah. Was there like a bunch of interconnected pieces?
Yes, it depicted what looked similar to the surrounding region, and it looked like there were sort of like vegetation and stuff, and as you shifted things around, it sort of turned icy and cold and dead looking like it is now.
Oof.
And as the image like completed itself, like the lock clicked and opened and the doors swung open for you.
Alright. Valin is gonna like plan to head in not with her weapon raised in the hope that whatever's inside is friendly.
You know, I really wouldn't call this a warm welcome.
Everyone's a joker.
Well, when you've frozen as much as I have, I think I've taken the hardest brunt of the cold here.
I'm not exactly dressed for this weather.
You actually all received cold weather gear as part of the deal with the people at Neverreach. I forgot to mention. I also forgot. Does anyone remember? Was it 4 or 5 Constitution saves between Neverreach and the Palace?
I think it was 4. Because I passed 1, failed 3.
Okay, so I need Graveheart to make 4 Constitution saves.
Can Balin cast bless on everyone?
Is that does bless work on that many people?
At second level, it can work. It can be up to 4 people. You bless for 3 creatures of your choice within range. At higher level, you can target 1 additional creature for each spell slot level above first.
I will allow it, but it won't, like, none of you had that when you were making these saves, so I can't give that to Graveheart if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
I was trying to remember if I had anything that would have assisted me, but I don't think I do.
Just don't fail all 4 saves.
I don't plan on it. That didn't roll, did it? Oh, because
You have been hurt since your long rest, if that's what you're worried about. If it's a spell slots thing, that might be a different issue.
Yeah, it's spell slots.
Okay.
I didn't just... My die rolled off the screen. I didn't see what it rolled.
You know what? You healed last time. You healed people.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you, Rose.
Dirty 20?
Okay, that's a success.
22?
That's a success.
That is probably not its attack.
Yeah, that one's a failure. That one's a success. Okay, so you only failed 1. So Graveheart takes 6 cold damage. Because even with the cold weather gear, the conditions are straight up ass here.
How much damage did I already have?
You should have gotten a long rest between then and now. So this should be all of the damage that you've taken.
Okay. I didn't mean that.
All good.
I was trying to investigate it.
So yeah, now we are all caught up to here. And as these doors have swung open, before you stretches like this long hall of a room. I also forgot to mention that as Valin had opened the door, there was a bucket of freezing cold water that fell on her head and splashed her, and Ice Bucket challenged her.
Damn, I forgot about that.
My name is Valin Coinsgrace, and this is the Ice Bucket Challenge. I nominate Anakor.
At least you can warm the water a bit by breathing on it.
but she is very wet right now.
Ooh, I'll dry her off with my my spell. Or I'll actually ask, I can make a gust of wind. You want to get dry?
Ooh.
Please.
I think about it. Arctic temperatures, gust of wind. That's an Arctic wind. You might just freeze.
Nobody's got prestidigitation for once.
I know I'm such a horrible bard.
Nah, that was always Isgaroth's jam. Alright, I will sort of move over to the other map. Don't worry about moving yourselves around too much outside of, like, just sort of, like, let me know what you're doing as you move through. And I'll try and describe what you're all seeing more. It is a little different between the map that I got and what you'll actually be seeing. It's closer to what I was thinking than I thought. So yeah, you all look through the entryway into this long hall sort of area. There's stairs that go down into a little like garden area, but all of the plants are just frozen solid. They somehow still look alive, but they don't move. You can almost hear them like crackle in the light wind that sweeps through. There are like fountains that are frozen solid as well, and like a little creek that would have run through the area. Everything is just frozen. There's a little bit of a frozen puddle on the ground underneath Valin where the bucket fell on her. And as you all enter, if you can give me a perception to see if you spot anything out of the ordinary. The only other place that seems of significance out of here, there's a throne room looking room that you can see on the other side of the hall. Very nice.
Got a nat one. Oh, me and Graveheart both got nat ones.
Mika, you spot a sort of like one might call it a trap, but like it's not like impressive for a trap. There's some like ball bearings here and here. They're scattered across the floor like someone spread out marbles.
Oh, look, someone lost their marbles.
Oh, maybe we should gather them up and give them back.
Okay.
Ignore that. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that. I was trying to drag and I accidentally used the mover tool.
Where are these marbles?
Right over there. Do you see them?
Do I get a chance to see them again?
I pointed them out, so
Yeah.
I physically pointed them out.
Yeah, as she like points to either side of the hall, you see that it's a long stretch of like the floor is just covered in marbles.
Why don't we have any of that sticky metal? You know, the metal that picks up other metal?
A magnet?
That'd help. That's what it's called? Okay.
I mean, I have a mage hand.
You are looking at like let's see. I can measure it out because I have that at my disposal. You'd be looking at like 170 feet worth of like glass marbles spread across the floor.
That is a trail of marbles.
Yes, and it's both sides of like the upper part of the floor.
Who just puts marbles around? It's crazy.
Godling could be a child?
Don't some people use these to trip people up?
I suppose.
I've had some
You
experience
gotta be
with
careful
them
anyway
around
because the ground is cold.
Okay, I understood barely any of that.
Let's do Marky first. What had you said, Marky? Oh, we lost her.
Oh, she disconnect?
Possibly.
Okay.
Uh-oh. We lose Rory too?
Oh, I'm here.
Thank goodness.
It said my connection slowed.
Yeah, it looks like he dropped from Foundry.
So she dropped from Foundry. So I was about to send her a message to see. Once I remember where I put my frickin' messaging apps.
Technical difficulties. Oh!
Is she back?
Okay, yeah, she's back and... Okay. Well, welcome back. So we are just missing Rory from Foundry now.
It shows me. Oh, now she's gone on Discord.
I'm being really mean to her. Alright, someone give me a hammer so I can bonk their internet.
That might not be the problem. Their cousin may not have paid.
Oh.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you now.
My internet
Your interneted?
Yes, it just went kaput.
Well, welcome back. So yeah, do you want to repeat whatever it is you had said right before you dropped?
Yeah. I was just saying that we need to watch our. It's weird that it was there because we got to watch our feet anyway because the ground is cold.
Oh. Definitely not warm, or anything remotely close to that.
And then what was Valin trying to say?
Flynn was commenting on potentially the owner of the castle being a child, considering there are marbles all across the floor, and she got a water bucket.
They could be goblins.
So are the marbles like they're making a pathway, or
The marbles are spread across the upper levels of the room, on the right and left side of the room. Um, they're the majority of the upper paths is just covered in them.
As if it's trying to make you go forward.
Did anybody want to like look at them closely at all?
Yes.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'll
I'm gonna
investigate.
Yeah, I'm gonna get closer and stick my nose in it. Well, not like literally, but you know what I mean.
Okay, as
Will a passive 19 investigation do good, or
yeah, I'm not gonna make anybody look at like work too hard on this, but as you get closer, like just getting close enough and like interacting with them, um, they looked like glass from like the entryway, but when you get close enough, they're all like little marbles made out of ice. And they're very beautiful. Each one of them has like intricate designs in them and stuff. Some have little animals. Some have little like frosty looking butterflies, and some are like flowers, snow like flakes.
With eyesight, can Valen determine whatever if it's handmade or made with magic?
Considering the intricacy of them and how many there are, they are probably made with magic, but they are not innately magic. Like, if anybody uses like detect magic or something, there's not magic coming off of them at all.
Okay. Thank you.
And each one is like unique, or do they all look like they're patterned after something?
They all seem unique for the most part. So there's some similarities throughout a few of them. You and Anna Kerr, I know at least, are fairly perceptive people. There's a strange amount of centipede ones.
They're like little collectibles or something. I wonder.
Also seems like somebody's keeping record.
I don't know. My thought was that there's something that controls the ice, and it's in here, and it uses these. I don't know. My imagination is going crazy.
These things might, in some weird way, be kind of like a diary for someone that's extremely bored. This seems to me like a product of boredom, but the care that they're taking to carve. Maybe it's also like that this person, whatever it is like thinking about the things that have gone on in their day. With there's so many centipede ones, we know that they're apparently swarming around this place.
What if they're like creatures that have been magicked into these things? I don't know.
Bite one.
I'm being imagination again.
I
I
bite
know.
one.
What are you biting?
One of the ice balls.
Any particular design?
For my own like sanity, I'm not gonna bite one of the centipede ones just because I'm gonna be freaked out. I'm just gonna find one that's just like one of the random odds and ends drawings and carvings of like snowflakes or something and just bite it.
Yeah, you grab one that has a little snowflake design on it and chomp on it. It tastes like, as it like melts in your mouth, it's like pure water. Like there's not like mineral flavor or anything like that, as if somebody wicked moisture out of the air to make this thing.
It tastes pretty clean. Doesn't taste like a monster. Any monster I've bitten, at least. That list isn't very high.
Yeah, but you just ate the snowflake one.
You want me to test one of the ones with a centipede on it?
Sure.
I'll do it.
You're
I eat
willing.
my all the time.
I'll buy one of the ones with a centipede on it too. Graveheart, if you want to join me, I'll hand one to Graveheart.
Well, I'm just gonna stick close to Annika just in case if he
Just for the heck of it, I guess I will too.
Everybody starts munching on ice like pregnant women.
No, I was like gonna stick close to Annika in case he needs healing. Like, say if what the ice that he's eating it turns up not to be something good to consume.
Yeah, but everybody that said so, just you start putting ice in your mouth and crunching on it, and it's ice. It's like Annika said, it's clean. Probably some of the cleanest water you've all had outside of the like water crystal water that flows into your bags. I'll say that the stuff that comes off of the like water crystals is definitely more of a minerally flavor. It has like a lot of your mineral water stuff in it. But these are, like I said, it's like somebody wicked moisture out of the air and made this ice.
It's like water from a glacier in Alaska. Blessed by an Eskimo medicine man.
Where are these places? What's an Eskimo?
Exactly. So now that we've all had our fill of ball ice, it's the next course of action. Do we continue looking? We've got somebody that we were supposed to deal with.
Can Villain like ask everyone to be silent as he tries to hear if there's any noise coming from anywhere?
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Goodberry and then give everybody some just in case we get into trouble.
Alright, that's good. So, what would you like me to roll for, Rose?
Go ahead and give me perception at advantage. Or investigation, whichever you prefer. Um, you you ask everybody to be quiet, and you sort of like put an ear up and start listening. Um, you can hear the ocean. You can hear the icy wind whipping against the outside of the building. You can hear the crackling of the plants underneath the ice. The little motion of water underneath the frozen water in all of the fountains and stuff. Uh, there's like a sort of like crackling, creaking about the building itself. Somewhere amongst all of that, there's a scratching noise coming from the north somewhere. Um, you can't quite pin where it's coming from, but you know it's somewhere to the north. So, like, towards the other end of the hall.
Alright. Valence, she just points up in the direction she hears somewhere up there. Can't pinpoint it, but noise is coming from the north.
Well, I guess that's the way we go.
Know what? You guys want to take a scenic scene through the garden or go on the sides?
The shortest route.
All right,
And then
so how are we traversing the room? What order?
well, I will pull out my handy dandy Star Child. Just in case. And look to see exactly how dangerous I think our ice cube balls are.
If you take your time, it shouldn't be too hard to traverse the area. Although if you're going through the bottom part of the room, there's none of them down there.
Okay, how far are they from us?
If you're going down the stairs, you're moving away from them, so there's none down.
Okay.
It's just the upper part of the room. So,
Okay.
like, if you took either of those upper platform paths on the left or the right, heading down through the middle, there isn't any on the floor, so you can traverse through safely. Graveheart is taking the lead. Are you just gonna, like, sort of traverse the easiest path across the room?
Yes, the path of least resistance. I am a lightning bolt.
And Valera's gonna be right behind Graveheart.
This might be paranoia speaking, but just be careful because this looks intentional.
And as Mika says that, Graveheart goes to cross one of the little bridges towards the center of the room to cross over the ice, and there's a little tripwire that their foot hits. And go ahead and give me a dexterity save as two buckets fly from the statues on either side of the room and swing at you.
Is that okay? I have danger sense.
All right, I figured it out. It's Macaulay. That's the ice.
Can I see this effect as it is occurring? I have advantage. And I rolled 14 on both of the dice.
17 saves on it, though. You sort of like hop back as the buckets fly in either direction past you, and then come to a resting position hanging from the statues on either side of the room.
Half of me wants to go I rage and attack the statue.
Sure.
Screw it, I rage and attack the statue.
Alright, attack roll.
Are we all sitting around watching him do this, or are we moving forward too?
Definitely hits. You watch as Graveheart smashes their flail through the statue, and the like little bit of water is supposed to be coming through like a fountainy part of the statue sort of squirts out from it. The bucket clatters across the floor somewhere, and as you've just made enough noise to alert it, the Remoraz that's been hiding under the center of the room pops out and attacks.
I disarmed the trap!
And if everybody else wants to sort of position yourselves where you think you would be at that point, go ahead.
I've been trying to scroll the map up and down so I can position myself, but I have no ability to move the map, so I can only see the staircase at the bottom of the map.
You click and right click, and you can move the map around.
I have a laptop trackpad. There's no left or right click for me.
Oh,
It doesn't have the button that lets you right click?
Nope, it's a solid pad. Not even one of the little freaking laptop clits.
We gotta get you
Oh.
a mouse. Did that help though?
Yeah, I'm now more centered, but now I need to kind of zoom out a little bit, so just that at least. Yeah, that seems enough to.
And put yourself wherever you think you'd be.
That's about good.
oh.
A fire-breathing one?
Evil Mastermind Rose has struck again.
Holy shit!
Oh,
I don't think Vicious Mockery will do anything to that.
I am raging.
So you will take half of that.
It was a good run, guys.
Um,
as this thing, so Graveheart is not swallowed yet, but he is currently grappled in this thing's mouth as it comes out of the ground and like bites down on your barbarian. Thankfully, they were already raging. And as that happens, we will start rolling initiatives.
When in doubt, rage.
I really hope that statue was worth it.
What is... Oh my goodness. It was the same thing again. Both dice were 15s.
Not a bad time to roll that.
I'm blanking. Where's the initiative? Oh, there it is. Never mind.
All right.
Not a good time to roll that.
Okay. Now that we have everybody, let's start this combat. So as you watch this thing come out of the ground and bite onto Graveheart, what would you like to do, Onikar?
I'm gonna open up my jacket that I had Hypnos nestled in. I'm gonna have him come out and get big, and I'm going to have him. I'm gonna command him to fly above the Remora or Remoras. God, singular Remora. Is it Remoras as a singular?
Yes.
Or is it Remora? Okay,
It
that's
ends with a Z.
I hate that.
It ends with a
I
Z.
hate. So it's Remoras and Remoras.
Remora has. Remora has.
The fuck ugly centipede. I'm gonna have Hypnos fly above that, and then let's see. This thing needs to get hit, and I'm gonna hit it.
Can I cast guidance?
Is guidance reaction?
Yeah, it's an action. I guess I have to stay on that one. Okay.
Sorry.
It's a cantrip.
I think there's a combat caster feat you can take that lets you do that.
I am going to then also. Well, actually, Yeah, you know what? I am going to cast Phantasmal Killer at 4th level.
Does it help if I say this is the big fight? I don't know.
I mean, it makes me know that I need to hit this thing, so.
Alright.
So, wonder what that. I've always wondered if giant fire-breathing centipedes have nightmares. And then I just play a discordant tune, and it has to make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, I think that does it. It still takes damage, but it just takes half, I think. Yeah, so it just takes half damage and the spell ends.
And has disability check on skill check?
No, it passed, so it doesn't. The rest of the ability doesn't affect it. So it takes 15 damage.
Oh, okay. I was reading it wrong.
You know, if it had succeeded, it would have to make this save every turn or continue to take 30 damage. So it's taking half damage, so it's taking 15. I'm gonna give Graveheart a bardic inspiration.
I will take it.
You need it. Hey, how about you do what you did to the statue to this thing's face?
And I will.
Alright, that all for Onakur?
Hey, let me just get Hypnos's. There he is. Gonna just have him right there.
Cool. How high up is he?
I'll say 35 feet. Give him spell casting range. That's all I need. And makes a good in-air distraction. I know that this thing's decently long, and it might try to go for it. So,
Sorry.
and with that, my turn will end.
Graveheart, you are up and currently in the mouth of the Remores.
I'm gonna growl, bleed and die, in a much more angry bird-sounding voice.
That's gonna miss.
And I'll try again. Oh my frack! Wait, on the first one, I could roll my bardic inspiration.
You can roll it on the first one, and I believe Valin gave us guidance. I don't know what that would.
Where's the roll feature?
Can only be cast on one person, and she cast it on herself.
If you scroll up, you should be able to see Onakur's Bardic Inspiration. There's an inspiration roll button for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe. He might have accidentally given it to the Remores.
What? No, it just gave it to me to It gave it to me to roll. Let me tell you what dice it is. Sorry, it's on the. I think it would be a D10 if anything. Let me double check that. I think it is though. Yes, D10. So you get to roll a D10. So.
$16 probably still doesn't make it.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
I don't like that, but no.
I growl at it, or I caw at it, and then that will most likely be my turn, since I'm in its mouth.
Yes, and I believe because it's your turn, this goes off because you are touching the Remores.
Oh, yeah, if it, Ow.
So you take 11 fire damage.
Yeah, because I don't think I have anything that lets me mitigate energy damage.
No, but the bite you had resistance against, so that was halved. Thankfully. That was definitely the one you needed. This is the ouchie, but not too ouchie. The other one is fucking 6d10 plus 7. Plus 3d6 fire. So, I mean, I halved all of it, because fuck it, but...
Oh, well, that is it. I have no bonus action I can use.
Okay. That will make it... Moraz's turn. And it is going to attempt to make another bite attack against you. Hope this one misses. Nope.
Cutting words.
What does that one do?
I minus a bardic inspiration from an attack.
Roll it.
Okay, let me just cast it real quick. Want to give
Burning
me
or
control of my
better.
character. This is going to use one of my bardic dice, but that's what I'm here for. Where am I?
It's better than him getting swallowed.
Okay. Cutting words. At third level, when creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend a bardic inspiration. Boom. Subtraction roll.
Fuck yeah,
Oh,
I
my
don't
10.
think 10 hits, so you are saving Graveheart. You gotta love it. So like, this thing goes to like throw you back into its mouth, Graveheart, and on occur, what do you do for your cutting word?
Hmm.
It is a monstrosity, Vlin.
Hmm. Why don't you try picking on something your own size, shrimp dick? Hides behind a rock.
All right, and as he says, as Onakur says this, the thing sort of like looks and like it throws it off perfectly for the attack to miss. You are still in its mouth though, and that is the Remoraz's turn. Mika.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
So yeah, Mika reaches a hand out, draws a little mark in the air, and it appears on the creature. We got a hit. Mika launches an arrow as it flies through the air and connects between the pieces of carapace. Do you have another attack?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna.
Nice, another hit. Another arrow flies in, hits right next to the first.
And that'll end my turn.
Very nice, solid damage. Alright, Valin, what you got?
Valin is just gonna run up to behind Graveheart, put your hand on his back, and say you are not allowed to die in my watch as he casts what was it called again? Death Ward onto him.
Is that a concentration?
It just has a duration of 8 hours.
Alright.
Alright, please say if I'm wrong, but can I cast a bonus action of a spell?
No, not unless you have a
Okay.
specific feat for it.
Okay. Alright then, let's see. Right here. No. Great. Sorry, I'm just trying to count the feet. Feet. If I try to get out, I will be attacked.
No.
Okay, then I do that. And then she moves 20 feet, use her remaining movement to back up a bit. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it, but I'm not. Okay, thank you.
All right. That all you got, Valen?
All I got.
Anakur, you are up.
Alrighty, it's my time to shine. Quick question for you. So, me being able to use the hypnos as a spell, as like a medium to cast my spells through, does that mean like I can like cast a spell and it'll technically be cast out of him?
I believe that's how familiars work. Let me double check.
If not, my spell has range either way. I just wanted to do some cool shit. Should I do that? Should I add him to the initiative? Yeah. Mm. Okay, so if it was a touch spell, I would be able to do it through it. Okay.
Correct.
Cool beans. Well then I'm gonna, in the words of Danny DeVito, start blasting. 1 second, let me just where is it? Spells. Oh boy. I'm going to cast Rolithim's Psychic Lance at the 6th level, which is going to cause Homeboy to have to do a saving throw, but I'm going to use my daily disadvantage ring to make him roll this save at disadvantage. So my daily disadvantage.
Did I put a charge on that at all?
Yeah, it's in my. Well, I know it's a once a day, and I haven't used it today since we're allowed.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I put it like a charge tracker on it or not, because I feel like that would help.
I'm not sure if it does have one, but I just clicked it.
I'll double check, and then if not, I'll do that in between sessions so that we don't have to worry about forgetting in the future.
Yeah. Okay, so it has to make an intelligence saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh, very good that you did disadvantage with that fucking nat 20 over there.
Yeah. Now time for damage. 35 damage, and they are incapacitated until the start of my next turn. Can't take actions or reactions. Anakur starts strumming on his harp. His eyes start to turn purple like it normally would with his psionic lance, and then you just see the ring on his thumb, and he just plucks the cord. It sounds bad at first, but then it just flows into it, and then the spear flies out of his head.
It does have a
And then
charge on it.
Oh, it does? Cool beans.
Yeah, so you can keep track of whether or not you've used it. I need to make a use button for it, though, so you can use the charge without having to work hard.
Oh, like I have to go into like my traits or something like that?
It has it right next to the item. I changed it to 0, but it'll say like 1 out of 1.
Yeah, okay, I see that now.
Whenever you hit long rest, that'll refresh. Right now, you have to go in and like manually change that to a 0 yourself. I'll make it so that when you click it, there's a use item button, and then that will eat your charge. And we know what it does, so.
Alrighty.
Very nice. Anything else for your turn?
No, but how do I roll Hypnos into...
He should have a
I
character
can just
sheet.
click on him.
Yeah, you should be able
Sick.
to double click him and bring it up, and you can roll his initiative from there. There is also a character sheet for him. Under your party section, there should be a thing for summons and summons buddies or whatever. And he should be under there too. But yeah, you can just double click him to bring him up if you ever need to.
Okay. And right here he does have an attack, so that's different than what it says the familiar.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, he while he's serving you, he functions as a familiar. On his own,
but he's technically not.
Yeah, on his own, he also has an attack. So if he was off on a solo adventure, he could attack and shit. But
Okay, cool.
yeah, when he's in 100 feet of you or whatever it is, he functions as a familiar.
Well, that will be my turn, and Hypnos had an initiative of 17.
Alright, so, that will make it Graveheart's turn. But Graveheart just said that they would BRB, I believe. So if you want to do anything with Hypnos, let me know. I will say, if you want him to do anything touch-wise, he is too high up at the moment, so.
Yeah, no, No, he's just gonna be on standby in case he really does need to get into attack, or in case someone needs to get...
Okay. Then we will just...
I was reading one of the abilities. It's cool that he doesn't provoke any attacks when he flies by.
Yeah, he's got some cool shit he can do. I would also say that if you're riding him, he gives you that ability as well.
Okay.
Just if it ever comes up.
Yeah, it's like, I'm riding him and he has flyby. Does that apply to... Yes. You're riding the mount, it applies to you.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So.
I don't think if the horse was fast, that if the horse was too fast, you'd like oh.
Yeah, I mean, he's an owl and he's carrying you, but I don't know. He's still an owl. I think I already had a thing on there that says if you mount him, it slows him down. So, yeah. But it's not going to change the way he moves.
Back, sorry.
You're good. It is your turn.
Yes. I am going to try to pry its jaws open enough for me to get out. Or rip them off, either way.
With it being incapacitated, would it be an immediate success?
Oh, if it's incapacitated, am I still grappled?
I'm going to have to check on that.
Okay, when I hover over incapacitated, it just says reactions.
As Anakur had incapacitated the creature, it sort of stunned falls over or whatever, and Graveheart is able to sort of free themselves from the creature's mouth.
Okay,
I imagine you do fall prone, though, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna, do much other than stand up and beat it repeatedly. I will beat it into submission. Or I will go, I will beat you into submission with this flail!
I will also say, I do believe you have 2 spells on your weapon, if you didn't notice.
I can't use them in a rage.
Ah, makes sense.
Oh, it's incapacitated. Does that count for giving me advantage?
Here's another solid question.
No, incapacitated condition does not grant advantage to attacks.
Oh.
It
Too bad I'm not a rogue. I could backstab it then.
Yeah, it does, however, prevent the creature from taking actions or reactions. So if you decide you want to move away from the creature, you can do that safely as well.
I'm in a rage. I'm a barbarian. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, I mean, just throwing it out there.
Oh, damn, it was almost a 20!
Every
It was on
time.
20. Split second.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, does standing up take my entire move, or just half of it?
Half.
Okay. So I can now move 20 feet.
Doesn't Barbarian give you, a thing where you can use a bonus action for an extra attack or something, too, when you're in a raid? Or is that just Berserker?
I don't think it's this one, because I'm not a berserker.
Okay.
I have totem animals.
Yeah, that's what Selkie was, too.
It also says I have 0 movement.
Oh, because you were grappled. 1 sec, let me remove your grapple. Now you should have movement.
Okay, and I am going 20 feet into the air.
You all watch your big... Are you a crow or a raven? I don't remember.
Ravenkin.
Yeah, you all watch your raven friend flap up into the air out of this thing's mouth.
And that will be my turn.
No scream, fly, fly!
My little buddy.
and Hypnos isn't doing anything. So, as Graveheart flaps out of its range, it looks up at them and like sort of like makes an angry centipede noise, and then turns towards the rest of the party to find a new target. It can't do much of anything because it's incapacitated, so that will move us to, well, okay, I gotta double check this. I don't know if it can move. Can't take action, reaction. Yeah, it can still move, so it is going to move. It can move 30. Shuffles down to the squishier members of the party. That will make it Mika's turn.
I will move back. And I will... Hunter was marked last, right? And that's still locked on him? Or does it have to be
Correct.
done every time? I can't remember.
I do believe it stays on until you kill the target or move it as a bonus action.
Okay. Well, then I don't have to do that. I will just use my bow now.
Roll slash 1d8 or okay. Type /R space 1d8 plus 4. Sorry, my brain was trying to like communicate what you need to do. So, Valin, like, throws out her wings, flies north into the air, holding out Arin's arm, and, like, touches it to, like, one of Graveheart's claws, like, right above her, and pulses 10 more HP worth of healing into them.
I got more of that coming soon.
Okay, so when my computer stops being...
Alright, I'll put that health on you for you, Graveheart. But that brings us to Anakur. Does the incapacitation end on your turn or at the end of your turn?
One second, it specifies it in the spell. Let me roll back up.
Graveheart
Until the start of my next turn.
Okay, so it's no longer incapacitated. And Graveheart is no longer bloodied.
Well, I see you've taken me up on my offer to challenge the bigger target, but if you could just relax for a second. Your mother.
One second.
Does this thing even have a mother? He says it loud enough to direct it at the creature.
Well, if it does, one of you is gonna have to send it a message to make sure it keeps a plate warm for me for dinner. I'll be home late.
And I'm gonna cast Bixby's Hand. Summon. Do. And you can. And then the size is monstrous. Is it awesome? I'm
About a taste of your own method, and I'm gonna have the hand grab it. Grasping hand grip the snake.
It has the target must made a success dexterity saving throw or become grappled. It would be a DC 15 because it's equal to my spell casting.
So Anakur summons this giant ethereal hand that just grabs the centipede and like holds onto it as it writhes and wraps itself around this hand, just kind of held in place. It's now grappled.
So wait, since okay, I'm confused. So since I've already used a bonus action to have this attack as when it first comes out, would I still be able to? Because once it's grappled, it says while the hand grapples a target, you may take a bonus action to cause the hand to crush it. I couldn't do that right now, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. And so the hand is mimicking how I'm looking. So it currently it looks like I'm wrestling with a snake in my hand.
All right, well, I got a hold of it. I really need you guys to hit this thing.
Okay, yeah, it says when you first cast the spell and as a bonus action on later turns.
Oh, so I still have my bonus action.
No, you used it to cast the spell, but because you cast the spell, you can still use one of these actions that the hand can do as if it's a bonus action. Because it says, when you...
It says when you cast a spell
and as a bonus
action.
Yep.
On your later turn. So that it's saying as a bonus action on my later turns, I can have it do one of the abilities, but it's saying when I cast it, I could have it do the ability. So I would still have my bonus action to be able to crush. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold it still.
No, you would have used that to do the grapple.
But it says when I cast the spell, I can use one of this, and it says and as a bonus action on my later turn.
Is the spell an action or a bonus action?
The spell's an action. It's a fifth level spell.
I misunderstood.
It's definitely not a bonus action.
Yeah, it's an action. It says
Okay, there was some miscommunication. My bad. So yeah, then you would.
I'm not gonna.
Well,
I'm just gonna hold it.
I think that, because it says on your later turns. So I think the implication there is that each turn you can only do like one thing.
Yeah.
I think. Otherwise, I would allow it. But that's action and the thing that it can do. But that would mean, though, that yes, you do still have a bonus action, though, if you wanted to do something else with your bonus action.
I will use my last Bardic to give it to Graveheart.
Solid move.
There is nothing that looks like bardic inspiration. There is, however, the Scream Face. So is it my turn to thwack it? Hello?
I'd say so.
Yeah, that would make it your turn, Graveheart.
It looked like my Discord was messing up too. That was fun. So I fly over, and I can move 40 feet, so I move where I'm down enough to beat it. Phrasing.
I'm trying to do math on this. So if it's 3 by 3, that would make it about 15 feet, right?
Yeah, so I should only have to drop 5 feet, and then
Okay.
I can move 35 more feet. And I'm going to tell it to eat, flail, and die. Son of a brr. I want the evil scythe back.
Please hit this thing.
I'm gonna
Final.
roll. Oh, I hit it?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
It's got 17 AC. I was like, they weren't gonna have any trouble hitting that.
I rolled below a 10 every time, pretty much. I mean, that's good damage.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It's still not bloodied. It writhes in this hand as Graveheart swoops in and bonks it. And I don't know if I've described, but the Graveheart's new flail has a like cherry red leather handle and a silvery chain that ends in two star-shaped like orbs at the end of the chains, and they are like they look like they're made out of like solid light. And Graveheart, as you hit it, the mace says a resounding "Tally-ho!" in your head.
Okay.
Anything else for Graveheart?
That will be the turn. I don't really have a bonus action that shows up on here.
Anything you'd like to do with Hypnos?
I'm going to... Let me check his movement. I have no idea how to read the companion sheets. Fly speed is 60. Okay, cool, thanks. So then, measurement tool. It's been a while since I've used this.
If you're using the pop-out for yourself, you should have pop-out for your companion as well.
Christ, I'm just gonna fly over to. Would he be able to come and pick me up?
Sure.
All right. Well, he'd be 5 feet too high to be able to come pick me up, actually, because I'd have to fight. Oh wait, 25? Nope. Yeah, no, he would be able to just pick me up.
Yeah, so you're essentially like mounted on him, but you're like in his claws.
He's holding me like a child who's on timeout.
Well, he's a big boy, so I imagine he like grabs you on either shoulder
Yeah.
and wraps his talons underneath your arms.
I jump into his arms like a dame.
Catch me.
All right, that'll make it the Remoras. That is going to be focused on Onakur at the moment.
Currently grappled by hand.
Yes, it's grappled, so it has a speed of 0, and can't benefit from any bonus to speed. It is incapacitated, so it also has no actions or reactions. Interesting.
An escape DC equal to my spell save DC, so another 15 dexterity.
So it continues to writhe in the hand as Onakur's hand grips it tight.
I've wrestled with big snakes.
Mika, you are up. Oh, also, I forgot. Graveheart hit the Remoras, so they will get hit with this.
Oh yeah, the fire damage. I need to get something that gives me fire resistance.
That's another hit. So give me 2 damages. One more. Hell yeah. And as
Didn't do that out of order.
what was that?
I said I didn't mean to do that out of order. I just clicked the wrong thing, but
It's
it
okay.
works.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what was happening. But yeah, as your second arrow connects with this thing, it starts to slow down a little bit as it has now become bloodied. Anything else for Mika?
No, that'll end my turn.
Valin, you're up.
Right. One moves up between Graveheart and Mika. Cast you cure wounds. Cure wounds at 4 4th level onto Braveheart. There you go, man.
That's nice.
And then the next thing Valin is gonna do, she is gonna fly down to Mika level, which is 15 feet. So now I got 25 feet used. And she looks at Mika and says, "Say, hey, hop onto my shoulder. You might get a better aim at it from there." And she like points up to the air. You want to hop on?
Mika, you didn't use any of your movement, so if you'd like, I'd allow you to use your reaction to hop on Valin.
Cool. That's what I'll do.
Alright, so Mika hops up on to your shoulder.
Okay. And then, because Valin has Hermes Bagel, she's going to use her remaining feet, which is, let's see. You already used 25 feet. And then 15 feet will be...
So you have 40, so 25 out of 40 gives you 15.
Yep. Yeah, use that remaining feet to go back up into the air.
Okay.
Now this guy has to deal with flying enemies.
I could have done a strafing attack, but I'd only been able to hit it once.
Anakur, you're up.
I'm gonna use half of my movement to properly mount Hypnos. I'm gonna climb up on there and just be up on his back properly. And then from his back, I'm gonna have to just move him for a second so I can, whoop, it's not there, just so I can get to my token.
Yeah, I had to do that earlier, I feel ya.
Let's see. Well,
How high in the air is Hypnos right now?
5 feet off the ground.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He just kind of picked me up by the shoulders, and then I just climbed up onto him. I'm going. You know what? It's no spell time. It's time for bow attack. All right. I'm going to make sure that I'm going behind that. I just want to attack, not consume a use of an item.
That'll hit.
And then, what's this? So, okay, why is it not
Although
half?
that's a ranged weapon, right?
Yeah.
I do believe
Oh, yeah, he's
you have a
close,
disadvantage for being in close range. Unless you have sharpshooter, I think.
No, I don't. And within the case of that, let's see. You know what? Actually, I know something that I can.
Screw it. I don't attack with this thing very often. I'll use this one. The Fenrir Claw. Swipe at it from the back of my mount. You big shit.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Nine damage. And then I'm gonna bonus action and have. Oh yeah.
Yeah, as you hit this thing, like, some of its blood splashes out and, like, scalds you. You have fire resistance, though, don't you?
Sure. Yeah.
So that will be half, which would be 9.
Yeah. Okay. And then I have to make a concentration for something. What am I doing? Is it making me I thought that was just a summon. Oh no, it is concentration. Never mind. Yeah. Let me make that roll real quick.
That makes sense.
Wait, what? -5? Why do I have a what the hell? Oh, it was. I didn't make the concentration. That was on. The hand made the concentration.
What the fuck? So what would your... Just re-roll it from your...
There. Wait.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so, yeah.
Is that a save? I don't know if a 12 is a save.
Yeah, it was a DC 10.
Oh, soul beans. All right. That being the case, let me just I'm gonna use fist and it's gonna clench. I just have to press this so I get the damage. Roll damage.
There's a large crunching noise as the hand, like, squeezes down on the Remorez.
And I wouldn't be able to. Well, since I'm now mounted, would I be able to move on Hypnos? Or would I have to wait till Hypnos' turn?
I think it says in Hypnosis character sheet how it works. I don't remember how I set that up. I think he gives up his turn as a familiar for you to have his fly speed that is reduced.
Yeah.
Hypnosis speed is reduced to 45 flying, 0 walking. Unless the rider is small, then this reduction is ignored. So, yeah, that's how I'm gonna work that, is that when you hop on him, he loses his familiar turn in combat, but you get his 45 feet.
And no. It was my turn to get DC'd.
Oh no.
This action and actioned. That'll be my turn.
Okie dokie. Graveheart, you're up.
Alrighty. I am going to land, and then I am going to. Oh, I probably need to. I can't click on my figure. I am. There we go. I was stuck in the dragon. And then I am going to attempt to hit it really hard. And fail abysmally. I would have to get a really high roll.
You are currently flanking.
Oh, okay, then I'll roll it again.
You have two attacks, right?
Yes, and fail almost as abysmally. On that first attack still. Hey, it didn't fail.
There we go. Deal some more dabblage.
Finally!
Mediocre. And since I have the Totem of the Eagle spirit thingy, I'm gonna dash. Which I might get hit, but I'm gonna go back up 10 feet.
Nah, not with the snake.
You're also going to take 8 from the heated body.
Ooh, I like hot bodies. And that will be my turn.
Wait, you said you were going to dash?
Yes. As a bonus action, I can dash.
Where? I didn't see you move at all.
I was flying up 10 feet.
Oh, okay, you're going up 10 feet. Got it. Alrighty. It's Hypnos, then the Remoras, which is going to try and squirm its way free. And fail. Making it Mika's turn.
And since I'm in the air, I will take aim.
That one will miss. But that one hits. Nice. One away from max damage. Mika being like MVP this fight. Anything else for Mika?
No, that'll end my turn.
Yeah, so this giant, like, centipede remora has all these little clacky, chitinous claws flailing all over the place in his hand, just riddled with fucking arrows. That'll bring us to Valin. With Mika on your shoulder.
Alright, so just want to confirm how high is the thing?
It's 15 feet tall, so you guys are like right in its face.
Okay, then I like to move up 15 feet up there.
Your mic is robot and hard.
I would like to move another 15 feet up in there.
15 more feet.
Yes, please. And while that's happening, Lynn is gonna summon a celestial.
You will have to give up concentration on your other spell.
With my guidance, and I'm going to do that.
Okie dokie. So there's a
I'm gonna place
button.
it right there.
It'll have to be. It'll be have to be a little further to the left, because it can't occupy the same space.
There we go. Okay, and since I'm using this for the first time, I just got thinking it too. Let's see. Alright, how does this work? And how do I make it work? Oh. Can I switch it to Defender? It's got to put it down as Avenger, and I misread what that meant.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait. You can't
What?
cast that.
What do you mean I can't?
You don't have the material component to cast that. It requires the material component of a golden reliquary worth at least 500 GP. I apologize. So you will have to do something else with your action, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Gold. Damn. Alright, let me,
I refunded your resource.
thank you. Insect plague. Does that mean if people go into attack melee attackers, then they're gonna have to make a Constitution save, right? Yeah.
You and Mika would be out of it because you're 30 feet in the air, but Hypnos, Oniker, the Hand, and Graveheart would all be hit by that.
And then, Bolin is gonna. And which weapon? Bolin is gonna cast a spell onto her short bow.
Okay.
Can do right now.
That is a bonus action spell, so you can attack with the bow after you use it.
Okay, I will do that. Did I? Oh, okay. I rolled with an advantage.
Nope, you do not have advantage. I think you just barely are out of range for disadvantage. It does not hit, however, as it clatters off the chitinous shell of the creature. I think we lost Mika again. Anything?
I'm here, sorry.
Okay, your name disappeared on Foundry. Just a heads up. I don't know if you are still on there on your end. If that's all for Valin, that will move us along to Oniker. Oh, you're back.
That was weird. It was just showing that I was always here, but
Gotta love it.
I'm going to fly up on Hypnos' back. Gonna put myself the 45 feet in the air. And then from up here, I will attack with my bow.
So you were moving up to 45 feet. You weren't. You didn't want to go to like 50. Also, I imagine you're getting pretty close to the ceiling at that point.
Yeah, I'll just stay where I am. I'm a good enough distance. I'm far enough out of range of it.
Actually, thinking about the statistics of the size of the building, that's probably maybe halfway
Too high?
up. No, like halfway to the ceiling. Because it's probably got a very high ceiling.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's. I'm chill where I am because he can reach 10 feet from his height, which is 15. So that's 25 feet up. So I'm just giving myself enough distance where I could still shoot and not be at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you are in good shape now.
Yeah, and I'm going to attack with my bow. Oh, also for fairness, would my hand have been taking damage?
Yeah, it probably would have when it crushed it.
It has the same amount of health as me, so as long as it can't deal 69 damage, that'd be crazy.
Sorry.
You can laugh every time I say my health total.
12.
Okay, cool. I'll do that real quick before I.
Only until it changes. Until it goes down to 42.
Oh,
My
jeez.
bad. I
That's not-
clicked. No, that was my bad.
That's not 12. That was 59. Just dealt 59 damage to my poor hand. Okay, cool.
I was
Now-
typing and then my hand fucking went fucking off on its own. Alright, yeah, it's really starting to look rough. There's like hot, bloody gunk oozing out from between carapace pieces.
Alrighty, and that'll end my turn. After hand takes 6 damage.
Alright. I'm actually gonna have to double check that.
Also, is your hand
It just says no reactions or actions. It can take saving throws.
Condition also ends if an effect removes a grappled creature from the reach of the grappler, or a grappled effect as if it was hurled away by Thunderwave spell, for example. Okay, so it can still make the save.
Is this also going to damage my hand since my hand is grappling?
probably a little bit. Oh, it literally straight up just made it.
Well,
So it
it
only
still
gets
takes
7
half.
Can your hand save? Can it do the hand job?
I don't think my hand has saving throws. I think it just fails them.
No, it has saves.
Oh, it does? Swerve.
They're probably
Constitution, it has a -5.
Oh yeah, that's why I failed that one. Let's go for it, guys. Constitution saving throw, normal.
Roll a 17. Roll a 17.
16. It burns. It burns. Aim a swerve in the corner. Whoa, whoa. 37. Let me swerve in the corner. Whoa, whoa.
He's still doing his hand thing, though.
Had a lot of practice doing hand things with snake-shaped objects.
Lord. Anything else, Graveheart?
That will be it. I will continue concentrating.
This thing finally wriggles its fucking way out using its action. It isn't gonna move, but it looks very angry at the hand.
I'm gonna make it flip it off.
Mika!
All right, I'm gonna do my thing.
Ranger really only has the one thing, but they do it very well. Well enough that Mika can roll a fucking 6 and hit. Alright, it's looking like it's on its last legs.
Huh, it doesn't have any legs.
Deal that damage. Haha.
Pew pew.
It, like, looks at each member of the party trying to decide what target to go after next. Anything else, Mika?
No, I think that'll be it.
Alright, Valin. That's a miss, sadly. Anything else for Valin? You are muted, I think.
Anything else, like... I'm just confused because I guess I thought the holy weapon would give it more power.
Does it add to your to hit? Let's see. It gives you extra damage, turns your weapon into a magic weapon. It doesn't give you a bonus to hit. I don't think. No.
Run.
It's if you hit with that weapon, you're gonna deal more damage. Did you want to do anything with your bonus or movement?
Okay, bonus action.
Please.
There we go.
Alright, make the melee attack with it.
Shit, where is it? Where is that melee attack?
Uh, 1d20 plus 8. That is a crit. So that will be 2d8 plus 16.
So you want me to roll that?
Yes, roll 2d8 plus 16. and describe to me how you kill this thing, because you deal enough damage to kill it outright.
Let's say that the spiritual weapon cuts it fine enough where it's sliced each individual plate at the weakness point, so it's kind of like you're chopping up a piece of meat. Like the thing has an exoskeleton, right? Right. And between exoskeletons, there's like that. There's kind of like a weak point, or like a place where
They connect. Yeah. So you're
connected.
You summon like this astral, like spectral, celestial fucking version of Arin's arm, and it just whips up and down the length of this creature, slashing like each of the like connecting points as the warm like innards of this thing pool out onto the floor and like melt and an indented like divot into the ground out of the icy floor, and it ceases to function.
We did. More around.
Well, that was a fight well fought.
Better good for us.
I'm going to land down on the ground, hop off of Hypnos, and then shrink him down, and then put him back under my coat. Have him go back for warmth.
You done?
Lynn would like to touch down onto the ground and inspect the carcass. And maybe even potentially harvest whatever meat that the creature has.
I wouldn't touch. Probably really not safe to touch. Its blood was fire.
Here's what I got for you. If you would like to... Oh shit, what the fuck is this? Okay, there we go. If you would like to look at if you're able to harvest anything from this thing, I'm gonna have you make a nature check.
Okay.
I don't remember my total proficiency.
As Mika, like, hops off of Valin's shoulders and begins going and, like, picking up her arrow. Valin, you are aware, looking this thing over, its blood burns hot as lava, flows just as thick. If you harvest it before it cools, it can be used in potions that might protect against fire. The chitinous plates of the exoskeleton could be treated and repurposed for something like armor or shields potentially. And as you think about it and remember back to the book that you guys read on this creature, you remember that its heart is a hot ball of hard, coarse flesh. It looks like burning coal. Um, if you harvested it, it'll burn long after the creature is killed, and it can give off heat throughout the cold that you're dealing with. If someone would like to attempt to harvest these things, let me know. We'll make those checks. And
I'll try.
if you would like to, as well, while you're examining, give me a perception check real quick.
I'm pretty decent at nature and survival.
I'm resistant to fire.
Okay, I will assist. I will point to say, hey, do this, hey, do that. Cut it here. Stick the vial there. And since I'm assisting, do I get a perception check as well? Or...
I was looking for Valin to give me a perception check as she was looking the thing over.
Oh.
Right. And I cast guidance on myself for an additional bonus.
Okay.
Perception.
So add a D4 to whatever you roll.
D4.
Oh yeah, you're able to. There is like as all of you are looking this thing over, Valin and Mika pull out like a bag from in between two plates in the chitin that's like kind of torn to shreds, but there's still some like gold in there.
Do we need a roll? How much survived?
I am doing that right now. Let's have Graveheart, roll a 1d100 for me. On a Kur, roll 2d6, and Mika roll 1d6. There is 500 gold pieces. Sorry, I almost said platinum. There's 6 platinum pieces. So 500 gold and 6 platinum.
That would be 1 platinum apiece with 2 left over.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I misread that. There's 60 platinum.
60?
Yes, 1d6 times 10. She rolled 6, so there's 60.
Well, there
How about-
would be 10 platinum left back in the party fund if we save some for, I almost said Yennefer. Yuzgrub. Oh my god. Angel's character?
Yeah, we can put the remaining 10 in the party bag.
Well, I'd say we keep the remaining 20 in the party bag.
Oh yeah, 20. Sorry.
And then divide up 500 by 100 apiece, with 100 in the bag. Look at the barbarian having an intelligence score. 'Cause I think I actually do. Yes. If we harvest this thing, I will assist Onakur in taking the thing apart. Ooh, ooh. Does it have things that could be turned into jewelry?
Like whatever, whatever remains that we were able to harvest it. Can we have like a list of what we were able to harvest, and I guess decide from there who wants what or whatever would benefit them.
Okay, so if you harvested the heart properly, the heart might be able to be made into like a necklace that would keep the wearer warm. There's not much else on it that's going to be like super usable for jewelry purposes. The blood needs to be like something needs to be done with it quickly, or else it will cool and like harden. The plates you could take and just get treated at any point to do something with. The heart will stay warm for a long while, and will keep anyone nearby warm if properly harvested for a while as well.
Alright, and I would like to harvest some of the blood with an empty potion bottle.
Alright, whoever is going to try to harvest anything off of this creature, I am going to need to make a survival check.
Okay.
I will suggest, why don't we let the one that's got fire resistance do it?
Oh.
I don't know why I turned into the old mole from Robin Hood.
Would you do the honor, Onakur?
Yeah, that was a good one. Did you mean to do that?
Sound like the old mole? No.
No, the rhyme. My name. She rhymed my name with a word. It's not easy to do that. Honor, Onakur.
Oh.
No, it's a music thing. You wouldn't get it.
Am I making this survival check at advantage since they're helping?
Yeah, I imagine that like everybody's like working together to like point things out and stuff. Valin readies some. Do you have? Have you specified that you've been holding on to like potion bottles? Do you know how many you have?
No, honestly, I did not. But hey, Graveheart. She like hands him her was it again? Potion of superior healing.
I mean, I believe I have one of those. Or at least one of greater healing. I am gonna check on the proper character sheet.
I have an
Start making a
empty
record
oil.
of potion bottles.
I have an empty oil flask that holds a pint of oil. I just recently filled my lantern.
Okay, I guess the main point is with the blood. Do any of you have any alchemical abilities?
Not currently. would need it.
No, but I assume this blood will fetch a high price.
If you harvest the blood and put it in a vial, it will last for 7 days. So you will have 7 days at best to find somebody to do something with it. If it is exposed to air, it will get ruined very quickly.
Especially cold air. Yeah, I for some reason only have legacy potion, or I only have potions of healing. Standard?
But yeah, if you give me that survival check, I'll let you know what you are able to harvest.
Okay, let me survival this. Let me just get that out of the way. Oh, also, I was gonna say the only alchemical ability I have is I can transmute weed into smoke.
18.
Fucking awesome. That's the best ability.
Speaking of which,
What are you prioritizing as you harvest?
Honestly, my priority is the heart because that's going to be a really big boon to us for right now, and I already have a little bit of an idea on what to do with the heart, at least for the time being. But I do have an empty flask of oil, so in the process of getting to the heart, try and collect as much of the blood into a pint flask as I can.
Okay, so let's see. You are able to harvest the heart. Roll a d4 for me, and you are able to I think you're able to harvest your pint of blood. You're also able to harvest one solid piece of the chitinous armor of this creature.
Good, good.
All right. I'm going to top off the flask. I'm going to hand it to Valin. I'm going to also hand whoever wants the piece of chitin, I'm just going to kind of hold it out.
I will take one. It can probably be used as a shield.
And what
can-
Anakura is going... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I can write it.
Okay. Anakor is going to take said lantern he was talking about a bit earlier, and he is going to try and gut it in a way that he can put the heart into it and keep it clipped onto his hip, so it just acts as a warming thing around us, and it has a container. Would I be able to roll that in some way?
Okay, what are you trying to put it in?
My lantern, just so I can have it inside of something to like hold it, because it's a hooded lantern, so I imagine it's a lantern that has one of those viewing glasses per se.
Well,
Or would it be too big?
a hooded lantern looks like this. Hence the hood, if you will. But I imagine you could probably like finagle the thing up in there if you want.
Yeah, that's about what I meant.
Yeah, so y'all watch as like Onaker pulls the heart out of this thing and like shoves it up inside of his lantern. He collects his empty oil pint container full of blood and hands the piece of chitinous shell to Graveheart.
Are we just getting one piece, or I mean, like we could grab several?
It was able to harvest one solid piece. The rest of it is all busted up from you guys fighting it.
I'm trying to find this creature so I can get its name. Okay, yeah, that's it. No, I was also on D&D Beyond looking in monstrosities and okay.
There you go. Should be able to look at it if you click that, I think.
Then all the gifts I'm looking for are nice
Ow.
and.
CR 11, so you guys were like equal match with it.
And we had the same armor score. You can't do that while it's popped out.
Here we go. Us two, with its heart.
You said we have its armor score. My armor class is 14. That thing outclassed me in almost every way, shape, or form.
No, it and I share the same armor class.
Oh, I thought you said we. Oh, when you said we, I thought you meant the royal we, like everyone.
Oh no, I wouldn't want them to have the same armor class as all of us. That would be we would die.
Oh, it's Lynn's armor class. We would have.
And
Chitin?
as you, it's CHITIN. As you finish harvesting from this creature, you hear an angry woman's scream come from the north.
Do you think she's mad that we killed her pet?
I think this was a guard dog.
Well, it's nothing like Cerberus.
I think this was a guard worm.
Well, I guess that's our cue to go talk to the queen.
The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out.
Crawl into your stomach and out your mouth.
The maggots play pinochle on your snout. That was the version I heard growing up.
All
It's
right.
really cool to find different
So
versions of
burn
that
your
song.
flesh into the ash.
Do I take everybody's jokey behavior as we should call it here for the night, or?
I mean, we could, or we could march on further.
I would like to march
And
on
just-
further.
Get to the cliffhanger?
I don't know. What does Mika and Daniel think?
I'm good with going until we get that cliffhanger that you wanted to do.
I'm good.
All right. So, as the party decides to continue on, you head further north into the throne room at the opposite side of this hall. I don't know if I put you all down here. No, I didn't.
We walked into the void.
I didn't put your characters down. Shoosh.
Are we at the extreme south?
Yes.
Oh, drag myself in. I can see
And then I think the lighting should be correct. Can everybody see?
I can, but I don't see anybody else.
There we go.
I see. Oh wait, now I see color.
I mean, I do have dark vision and low light vision.
Oh, it looks like me. Wait. What is going on?
Everyone still has concentration on spells that I'm pretty sure are no longer concentrated on. Except for maybe Anakor.
I'm not sure how long my
It's
bit
been an
fuse
hour. I'm
is
still gonna say
last.
like her spell for her weapon is still active.
Okay, it looks like everybody should be able to see now.
Dude.
As you all enter the throne room, there is a pale, icy blue woman, shimmering skin, scantily clad, with a crown of rime and ice. Her eyes pure white, with thick eyeliner. She looks to perhaps be elven. She stares icy daggers into you as you enter. Who are you to kill my pet?
The Tilda Swinton Slayer Society?
Well, if it didn't attack, we wouldn't have had to.
Valen gives a polite bow and not looking up at her. We're sorry for the intrusion. We did not mean to kill your pet. Unfortunately, there was no other way for us to defend ourselves. And for that, we're deeply sorry.
She scowls at you all as she looks like she's thinking over what Valen has said. Valen, go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Okay. I think I still have guidance on. Yes. Alright, that'll be 1d4. No!
Her scowl turns into a sort of angry frown. They're all I have. And you came into this place, wrecking my things, setting off my traps. You think that it's bad that it defended?
Flynn just looks over to Oniker.
No, but I do think it's wrong to try. You haven't even been given. And I mean, it wasn't exactly a picnic getting into this place. There's a snowstorm. You've practically cut off everyone else from coming. You're complaining about not having anyone. Why don't you drop your little storm shit and talk to people?
Yeah, just let it go.
I'm going to refrain from punching the bird.
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion at advantage on occur. Because you struck something.
1 second. I love a plus 11. 24.
I was abandoned first. They left me. They didn't want me.
Who is they?
She
Are
looks
your parents?
she looks slightly hesitant at that. Valin, you asked if it was her parents?
Yes. Or at least, parental figures.
Onaker, go ahead and give me another persuasion and advantage thanks to Valin.
All right. Persuasion at advantage. That's a 24.
She sheds a tear and looks you all over. They locked me in the cellar. They told me that they didn't want me if I couldn't ascend.
Wait, didn't someone, stuff a god in your sister?
Man, you could really.
Did they try to stuff one in her too?
What?
I'm sorry. Graveheart wouldn't know that. I have not talked about my sister to Graveheart.
Oh. I thought you did.
No, I've only. Androx and Valin were the only ones really privy to my sister. I've only mentioned that I failed to protect my sister to Graveheart.
I think you also mentioned seeing her at the carnival.
Oh, no,
don't-
I didn't bring that up at all. Because she went away, I only saw her for a second, and then she went away, and I saw Auron, so I just wiped it. I didn't even bring it up.
Because I do remember everybody talking about what they saw afterwards. I thought you had mentioned seeing her, but I know you didn't say anything about any of that stuff, so.
Yeah, it didn't get elaborated on if I said I saw my sister. It would have just been me saying, I saw my sister.
Yeah. I don't think that there's too much that Graveheart knows about all of that, but Graveheart is he's kind of closer to Vindane, I'd imagine, as Vindane was able to summon him directly and everything. So I assume that they've been in cahoots before. So maybe Graveheart knows a bit more about Galdlings than most would. So I think that Graveheart would know that this isn't an avatar, which is what Arnaker's sister would be. This is, I mean, if y'all would like to determine whether or not this is a Galdling, you can go ahead and give me an Arcana or Religion check. And the entire
Religion. You heard her, church girl.
the entire party can make this check.
Oof, we don't need to.
Yeah, that's a Galdling. She got the energy, she's got the power, she's affected her environment. Anybody who uses detect magic is getting that same kind of magic that you've seen on Vindane and shit. So
You know,
Yep, she's definitely a Goldling, guys.
you know that you have the power to do what you've done. You could do the power to do good right now. And the people will love you.
Like, you can make the world a better and kinder place than when you found it, and so that people will never get to experience the hurt that you've experienced.
all I've been able to do since they made me this is absorb the energy around me. I thought that hiding away here at the edge of the world, that it wouldn't affect people. What's the good thing to do?
Could you can control the weather? Can you also control, like, how gentle the snow is? What type of snow falls? Like, if it's wet, like making a snowman, or if it's like fluttery, like diamonds when it hits the snow, when it hits the ground.
You
'Cause
you think we control this? Any of us? Do you think that the elemental forces that we embody, they bend to our whim?
Well, obviously I don't know everything, so I guess I'm just asking questions.
All I have no control. Ever since I came into being, all I've been able to do is remove the heat, the energy from the surrounding area. It fuels me.
Maybe you could ask one of the other godlings to help you learn. Okay.
I don't know any.
We do.
Ooh, I got an idea. Am I able to do, as is Valen able to do this?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
All right. Without saying a word, Valenci sits cross-legged onto the floor, not minding the cold, as she starts chanting to Titan to seek advice for how to help. this godly.
All right, and remove 25 gold pieces from your inventory as well.
And not knowing she's doing this, Graveheart is going to be like thinking, I'm wearing Vendane's mask. I'm going to call for him.
And
Maybe
what did you ask, Valin?
So Valen is seeking to commune with Titan and on what Titan thinks, how best to proceed this, and how to help the I'm sorry, Ice Queen.
Gale Sprit.
Yes,
Titan's response will be tell her to go to the land of Magnaria, and there she should take a bia, as in this land of embery fires her effect shall be greatly diminished.
and Valen repeats that word to word with her eyes closed and her arms in a prayer motion. I need to figure out what Titan prayer is gonna look like.
So yeah, as you all see, like, Valin doing this little ritual and stuff, Valin's voice cuts out, and it's actually Titan's voice speaking through Valin. And Valin stands up, her eyes glowing, one red, one black, as she looks up at Galesprit and goes, "Child of Ice, I offer you the trade." And Galesprit kind of looks at you all. She gives a half smile and says, "Okay, thank you all." And there's like a blinding light as the Bia that you are currently all in shifts from being under the control of Galesprit to being under the control of Titan.
Whoa!
As the light fades, Galesprit is gone, and it's not warm here, but like the ice and snow are now like rapidly melting. And like all of the plant life is like bouncing back and like coming to life like bright green.
Does Valen remember that as Titan was speaking through her voice? Did Valen able to experience that?
You were aware of it, yes.
Okay.
And that's probably a good place to end it for the night, huh?
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, holy shit.
I thought there'd be some more questioning. I didn't expect this outcome. I thought there might have been potential for there to be a fight. But yeah, so you guys took the diplomatic route for sure. And you have shifted the Bia, which is going to solve the problem of your friends in Neverreach for sure.
Yay!
How did everyone feel about that?
Not for me.
It was great. That was cool.
I did not expect the whole Titan giving the answers would actually resolve
Like-
the situation.
I almost suggested that she go somewhere where it's naturally super hot, because then it would just cool it off a little bit.
Yeah, we should have sent her to Oniker's dad.
But if you go to somewhere that's already cold, it'll get even colder.
I don't remember who was reading it, but one of you was reading a book. I think it was Anakur, was reading a book about celestial bodies. Correct?
Yeah, that was me.
So you might actually recognize Magnaria is one of. I think you actually asked me about this too. Magnaria is one of the 4 islands tethered to the tower, and Magnaria was the island that was originally gifted to Salamander.
Yeah.
Daddy's gonna be pissed.
So it is a fiery plane of magma.
Well, he ain't
Good.
gonna be
I
having
hope that she
place
pisses
soon.
him off. He can have less power. Dickhead.
And I think that you're all aware that Titan likely had a Bia over there that was either gnomes or Arans before all of this, and he traded it with Galesprit for this one.
Aww.
So she still has a Bia. But you have all released a new Goldling upon the world.
A world.
We gave her good advice that she would use to become better.
Probably better than anyone's treated her in the past, that's for sure.
So, if I were to make jewelry out of the Remora's heart, would it only be one piece, or could I make multiple pieces?
Keep saying One Piece.
One Piece is real.
It's an anime.
Somebody's gonna clip that. I think that it would likely make one piece.
So many One Pieces. Okay.
So I could make like a necklace of fire resistance or heat resistance.
It would be a necklace of warming. So it protects you in cold environments.
I apparently suck in cold environments.
Yeah, that would be pretty useful for Anakur, who was failing every save in the cold and almost had 2 levels of exhaustion.
Since you're a fire-aligned dragonborn, shouldn't you have your own inner heat?
Yeah, but I don't have a resistance to a blizzard.
But you should, because it rhymes with lizard.
Lord.
Yeah, I wish I had some sort of bonus. Even when I got the proper clothing, I didn't have any sort of bonus. All it gave me was a flat fucking roll, and that roll was dick.
Alright. We're gonna call stream here. Good night to everybody who is watching. If you're watching on YouTube later, remember to like and subscribe and all that shit. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.
I stream.
Push that beautiful like button.
We love you.